is really happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
Jurassic World Chaos Theory left us on a major cliffhanger. No, not that one involving Brooklyn, but the one where we see the campers leaving the mainland America for the very first time. But where exactly are they going? Well, let's find out. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Chaos Theory video. In today's video, we'll once again be revisiting the ending of Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 1 and discussing about where these campers may be going. Sure, it seems obvious now since we do technically have an answer, but it is still fun to speculate and see where this story may go in Season 2 and even beyond in a possible Season 3, as I am fairly certain that they'll want to explore this story even more and further on as the time comes on. Man, I'm so excited to see where it goes. This show and Dominion are the first projects to explore dinosaurs outside of the islands and now internationally. Something that we've been wanting for a very long time. So we'll be visiting new cultures and cities across the world. Everything. I just cannot wait. And if you can't wait, then why not subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date on all of the latest news coming from the Jurassic franchise. At the time of writing this script, Jurassic 7, the next Jurassic World movie, has begun filming, so it shouldn't be too long until we get an official title reveal for the next movie. So make sure you're staying tuned for exactly that. We're aiming for 1,500 likes on today's video, so let's make sure we press that like button to manifest more Jurassic content and information coming this month. But for now, once you're sat back, relaxed, and enjoying your G Fuel after using code SWERVE for 20% off, it's time to find out where exactly the campers are heading in the next season of Jurassic World Chaos Theory. So firstly, when we started to, let's say, speculate on the End and Explain video about where these campers were going, we assumed that they were leaving from the west coast in California and that they'd be entering the Pacific Ocean. Now, with this theory, it came with the ideas that they're going to the eastern world of China, Vietnam, Japan, and even Thailand, which is where the next Jurassic movie is currently being filmed. So we tried to connect the dots there a little bit. But after that video, DreamWorks decided to post something to kind of market the show post-release, and one image was very, very intriguing to say the least. And that image practically confirmed that they aren't exactly leaving from the west coast. Originally, again, we did think that they're going to the eastern world, but also maybe another Mosasaurus encounter like we got in Season 4, which again, I'd say is probably one of the best bits of Season 4, let's say. But now we know that that isn't exactly happening, thanks to some new information. So based off the information that we got, I think 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week ago now, we got information that the Suchomimus, Gallimimus, and Ben are all appearing in Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2. And on the description of that Suchomimus, we got confirmation that that is taken directly from the West African scene. Now this was taken directly from the official Mattel website, so we know for a fact that they are talking about some kind of scene here, and we just assumed that it would be something to do with Season 2, just because of what we do see. Now, they don't really mention exactly what country in West Africa. We did try to break it down in my previous video regarding this information. It's very difficult to try and work out what exact West African country they might be going to, but based off the geography and the large port, Mauritania seems to be the best option here. But again, it could be literally any country in West Africa. Now, some people were thinking, okay, but what if this is like a Season 3 scene or something, because it doesn't make sense if they're leaving from the West Coast. Well, we were, weighing up that idea, but it just didn't really make too much sense. Like, why would you reveal something for Season 3 so early on? And then we got a early access brand new clip for Chaos Theory Season 2. And within that clip, we saw a Suchomimus for the very first time, with the exact same design and color scheme as the toy. So we can confirm that Season 2 does take place in West Africa. Whether that's the whole season of Season 2, or maybe that's just a majority, we're not too sure. But we do know that West Africa will be appearing. But of course, that leaves us with the question, how is that happening if they're leaving from the west coast of America? Well, that's where I want to bring you guys back to that marketing image that I was talking about. This image actually suggests that they didn't leave from California's dock, but instead, they left from Louisiana. I know, weird but understandable. To assume that they went back to California was a little bit confusing, but I just assumed that just because it's where, the majority of the show was supposed to take place. But if they traveled to Texas to meet up with Sammy, and then they tried to, go to Yaz as well, we don't really know where Yaz currently is residing, but we know that they are in or around Texas. And obviously, Louisiana borders Texas. Now, there is a port in Louisiana, and as you can tell by the image, it does clearly state that they did leave that port in Louisiana, which means that the idea of going to the Eastern world by leaving the West Coast is completely scrapped now. And actually, they did in fact leave within the Gulf of Mexico, and they can travel to the Western world by going east. That sounds very confusing when you think about it, but geographically speaking, it makes sense. But yeah, so that explains how they're going to get into West Africa. They're going to cross the Atlantic Ocean and go straight to West Africa on that boat. But why they're going, I don't really know. I'll be honest, I don't really know. Like, what's happening in West Africa that we know of? Absolutely nothing. I don't think we've really explored Africa in the franchise. The only thing we know about Africa is the fact that Egypt exists because Spinosaurus aegypticus was mentioned in Jurassic Park 3, and we know that Kenya exists for obvious reasons. That's where Muldoon came from just before he decided to work at Jurassic Park. So we know those two African countries do exist. Other than that, we don't really know anywhere else of what's happening in Africa. And with a world where literally anything is happening, the buying, the selling of dinosaurs, the militarization of these dinosaurs that were left on the boat are being shipped to West Africa for some reason. Not too sure why, I don't even think we can begin to work out why. We can speculate very minutely and just assume that maybe some sort of deal is going on there, or maybe they're stopping in West Africa and then they're traveling elsewhere. I don't entirely know, but something's happening in West Africa to encourage this boat to go this way, and the campers, they are going to be a part of it. And simply because the campers left from Louisiana, we can confirm that the West African location makes a lot more sense than places like China, Japan and Thailand. But not only that, but because they are now in the Western world, near Europe actually, near northern France, and coincidentally near Malta, somewhat near Malta let's say, where is this story going to go? Because my gut feeling is telling me that each season is going to take place in a different country. Maybe. I don't know. That's just my gut feeling. I have nothing to base that off besides season 1's in America, season 2 is in some country in West Africa. But that does, it does play on your mind a little bit because they're in that section of the world now. We know that section of the world has Malta, and we know that Jurassic World Dominion does take place in Malta. Again, these Atrociraptors are supposed to go to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia at some time as well, since that's what is said in Jurassic World Dominion, but they never get there. So I can only safely assume that yes, Saudi Arabia will be mentioned once again, but also at the end of season 1 we do in fact see Dubai as well. So that makes me think that maybe somewhere in the Middle East is going to get involved with dinosaurs, whether that's Saudi Arabia or the UAE. Either way, now that we know that the campers are leaving from the east coast of America, going straight to West Africa and getting much closer to the events of Jurassic World Dominion taking place in Malta, and with the Atrociraptors supposed to be shipped off to the Middle East and Saudi Arabia, I just assumed that maybe sometime at the end of season 2 or maybe in season 3, these campers will also be making their way to Europe because again, Ben's girlfriend supposedly resides there, so I assume that she's going to play some factor as well. But either way, we know for season 2 the campers are going to West Africa, probably Mauritania, but that also now leaves open a wide door to the possibility of them going to Malta, somewhere in Europe, or even the Middle East. Who knows? But that's all the information that we do currently have regarding season 2 and beyond for Chaos Theory and where these campers are going. So yes, we have confirmation that season 2 of Chaos Theory will be taking place in West Africa, and we got our first glimpse of that from the very first clip that we got from last week. But there will always be other possibilities in this world now, almost endless possibilities as well. Why not let me know down in the comments where you think the campers will be heading to in the next season of Chaos Theory. Be sure to be subscribed to the channel for more when the information does come out, but for now, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.